For 24-year-old Swiss driver Simona Di Silvestro, 2013 represents a new beginning. 4 seasons in North America's pinnacle of motorsport have revealed glimmers of the talent within, but Di Silvestro now has the tools and team in place to consistently compete at the front. A 2012 season fraught with the insurmountable challenges of a chronically underpowered engine would have crushed the will of the less determined, but not Simona.
We weren't winning races, so we couldn't run up front, but I think personally I had some demons that I had to kind of work out and give me a lot of confidence for this 2013 season.
And all of this while quietly endeavoring to transform the way female athletes are viewed and marketed.
When we wear the helmet, we all look the same, and I want people to be rooting for me because I'm able to win races and be really competitive.
For the next 36 hours, Simona Di Silvestro takes us inside her world on INDYCAR 36. It's 7 o'clock Saturday morning in Sao Paulo, Brazil, 5,000 long miles from Simona Di Silvestro's adopted home of Indianapolis. The INDYCAR series has arrived in Brazil's largest city for a 4th consecutive season, and Simona is happy to be here. The 2010 Sao Paulo 300 was the scene of Simona's INDYCAR debut, a race in which she led 4 laps, and a year later set fastest lap of the race. But that's all history at the moment, as the business at hand for the teams and drivers is a filling breakfast in the hotel dining room before heading to the paddock for the first of 2 practice sessions, followed by qualifying in the afternoon. The condensed 2-day schedule makes for a busy race weekend. 9 days prior to the race, the INDYCAR teams delivered their meticulously packed cars and equipment to the cargo terminal at Indianapolis International Airport.
I know personally when I'm packing my gear, to go racing, I'm always kind of freaked out if I forget something, but I think of the guys, they have to pack a full team to go to a different continent.
Shipping an entire race series is a monstrous undertaking, handled by INDYCAR partner SOS Global Express.
Our services are custom tailored to the specific needs of each client. This job consists of 43 race cars. It's about 400,000 pounds of cargo. It'll be moving on 2 747-400s, a total of 11,000 miles round trip. The time frame involved for the whole process is about 9 or 10 days.
By 7:30, Simona arrives at the paddock.
Morning, morning, morning. What's up with you? You sleep well?
But, don't.
Oh, you left me hanging there. Like, whatever. Oh, look at you all in red. You look really pretty in red.
Yeah.
I feel like we're kind of like a really big family, and I think it's really important to show, as a driver, to show them that you appreciate the work they do, because these guys make you go fast.
A race weekend's first practice session is always a bit tricky, but particularly on street circuits. Dust and debris make for a slick surface until some rubber is laid down. Simona is just 17th quick, and understeer and gearing are of concern. The crew works hard between sessions, and Simona returns to the track in hopes of finding more speed for afternoon qualifying.
Power ahead of you is P1. Power is P1 ahead, 81. Sorry. P2 just over a 10. P2 just over a 10.
We're so handcuffed coming out of the corner.
Yeah. Well, we'll...
Because even in 6, I'm in first gear, and it's so, it's overslowing it.
Yep.
And you go power, and the freaking wheel spins like crazy,
Yeah. Between here and qualifying, really all I can do is give you a taller first. I don't know how much that would hurt us in the hairpin.
While Simona works through her gearing, teammate Tony Kanaan makes a rare mistake, clipping the tire wall in turn 2.
Tony has a gearbox issue that's just doing it. Just about to pass you.
Simona presses on, running as high as second quick, before ending the session in 8th position.
If I do a taller first,
Yeah.
if Dan looked at Long Beach for us, right?
Yeah.
And you compare first gear at Long Beach
Yeah.
to first gear here, and it was even shorter, taller. Basically, you were lower revs.
Yeah.
So I believe you've got a chance that in the hairpin you'd be okay.
What do you guys think? Like, to me, it's only one corner.
I think it would be faster.
So do we risk it or no?
It's up
I
to
think
you,
it's gonna
but
help there.
I think so too. I think so too.
And then you're gonna roll more on reds anyways.
Exactly.
And then go.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna do some changes, and then I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Whatever car I have to start qualifying, I'm gonna have to deal with it and do the best I can do.
INDYCAR 36 is brought to you by SOS Global Express, the official logistics partner of the IZOD INDYCAR Series. Born in Thun, Switzerland in 1988, to parents of Swiss and Italian heritage, Simona was an active and athletic child.
She was always a child who liked the competition. She was skiing, fencing.
The first sport I kind of played was soccer and go-karting, because I was pretty young when I started that. I think I was 4 at the time. You know, I told him I really want to try it, but couldn't reach the pedals.
Okay, Simona, when you are a little bit bigger, I will buy you a go-kart.
Every 2 weeks I was kind of begging him to go to a go-kart shop to finally see if I could reach those pedals.
Simona worked up the ladder from karts to Formula BMW USA, where her success drew the attention of entrepreneur and driver-manager Imran Safula.
I had seen similar aspects of skill in some very talented drivers that I had seen over the years, but to see it in a young girl, you know, was certainly remarkable. This potentially could be, in my mind, the first time a gender-neutral athlete could be developed in a multi-gender sport.
When we wear the helmet, we all look the same, and I want people to, you know, be rooting for me because I'm able to win races and be really competitive.
Female athletes and the commercial pressure that they come under to use their sensuality, to use their sexuality, to leverage that. In my mind, it almost corrupts, you know, the aspects of their skill and discipline of sport that they're in.
You know, it's easy to kind of get pushed into a direction that maybe as a driver you don't really want to or anything, but you have to if you want to keep racing. If we can do this journey like this and be in control of what the image I want to represent, I think that's going to be really good in the future.
I think it's very important for the sanctity of a woman's sensuality and sexuality to be preserved and not drugged through the commercial streets. And this is what makes her a true role model for young girls, where she can genuinely walk into a classroom of 6th graders and say, you know, live your dreams, be ambitious, be passionate, go after what you believe in, and you will get judged for how good you are at what you do, and not on how you look or what the size of your dress is.
Simona has become a role model to both girls and boys through her work with STEM initiatives, advancing interest in science, technology, engineering, and math.
Simona actually goes on the road for us to promote the STEM program. She talks about how it's important and how you can have a career in these areas and do things like racing, do something fun.
I can tell them that without my engineers I couldn't win races. So, you know, it kind of just makes them a bigger picture of what they can learn and how they can use it in the future, and I think that's pretty exciting. Getting this video from those students I saw last year was pretty cool. You know, I think it's really cute to have them kind of remember you and support you when you go to a race.
Support is good, as Simona prepares to face the weekend's first session with consequences. INDYCAR qualifying splits entrants into 2 groups, with the top 6 transferring from each. The second segment narrows the group to 6, who then battle for pole position.
We're good. Go ahead. Track's pretty clear. Pretty clear track.
Everybody's still building speed, but this lap is looking really promising for Simona Di Silvestro. She goes right to the top. A 1:21.3. That's James Jakes with issues. And he comes to a halt.
Good this lap. Pit, red flag.
What's going on?
I think we're done, but I want to be ready just in case. You're good right now. You're P1.
Oh, we're done. Like, you scared me there.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Jeez.
Sorry about my choice of words.
I know. Slacker.
So as we stand, Simona Di Silvestro will advance to the second segment.
And let's roll.
Simona Di Silvestro goes to P1 with 1:20.9.
Tony Kanan's on a good lap here as well. The KV Racing duo are running well in Sao Paulo.
Pressures are getting close. Pressures are close. You're P1 for now.
Viso goes to P1, just ticks Franchitti back a spot.
Oh,
Every single race and he hits the wall.
Make this lap count. This is the lap.
Simona Di Silvestro almost hit EJ Viso.
That is going to be a potential penalty for Viso.
Viso slowed her up, it looked like.
He didn't get out of the way after hitting the wall.
Seriously, yes, you get a penalty for that.
Copy, we're texting it in.
Simona Di Silvestro comes across the line, not enough to break in to the Firestone Fast 6.
He goes, and then he freaking slows down again on that straightaway before the...
But that would have been your hard lap. Why would you be gapping?
Because I screwed up. Like, I didn't come out of turn 10. Like, it was
We believe we were blocked on 2 different laps. So what we do is we send an instant message into race control. We wait for their response. But unfortunately, their response was no action necessary, which means, you know, obviously we don't transfer. So
we can race from 8th.
Yeah.
Too bad, because we definitely had a lot more than that.
8th isn't horrible. You know, I think we can definitely race from here, and I think we have a strong race car underneath us. So after a day like this, kind of think about everything that has happened, and then kind of get it over with and focus for tomorrow, because it's going to be a new day.
So as the spring sun sets low over Sao Paulo, the day on track is complete. But Simona's father, Pierluigi, is here from Switzerland. So together with Imran and team PR manager Trish Donovan, they head out to enjoy dinner at a special restaurant.
Usually our schedule doesn't allow us that much to see each other during the race weekend. So if I have a dinner time, you know, it's fun to kind of spend some time with him.
A fruit caipirinha. I will try.
Can I have a cheese bread? Pan de queso.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. What are these?
This is
polenta.
polenta. This is.
Explain. It's like
This is corn.
corn.
This is very good. I'm happy to be here.
Me too.
Cheers. Santé, santé, santé.
Yeah. Good
And
weekend.
Good weekend for Sim and for the team.
So all in all, a successful day ends. An 8 a.m. warm-up session awaits tomorrow, and the race start is now just over 16 hours away. Race day in Sao Paulo. As this city of nearly 12 million comes to life, teams prepare for an unusually early morning warm-up session. One last chance to prepare for this afternoon's race. An overcast sky provides relief from yesterday's searing sun. Rain is forecast, but not until after the race finished this afternoon.
Clear, you're clear.
In order to maximize speed down the circuit's long straights, the team has trimmed out the car overnight.
Trimming out just means having a little bit less wing in the car. It makes it a little bit harder to drive sometimes, but you know, a place like Sao Paulo, it is worth it because the straightaway is so long.
That's right on your mark. Good. That was a good lap.
You have to trim it a bit more.
More? Really?
Because Viso is so fast down the straightaways.
Yeah.
I couldn't even keep up with him. And I was trying. Where he was kicking our butts just on that straightaway because I couldn't keep in the toe. You know, he was still pulling away.
Right.
Pretty much the whole weekend we were one of the trimmest car out there, and today in warm-up there's people who are way lower than us. So we kind of have to look at it. As a driver, you kind of like to know all the scenarios, so when something happens out there, you can be on the right page right away.
By 10:30, KV Racing is busy finalizing race strategy.
Tony has a lot of experience, so I'm usually more the quiet one in those meetings because I listen a lot from him and also from Jimmy. You know, I feel like kind of a big sponge and just getting all this information.
Even before she was my teammate, I respected her. I always thought she was the rising star in INDYCAR, and obviously, now that I got to spend more time with her, you can just tell how happy she is just to be here, you know, and that actually, it brings me and the team a very, very good vibe.
Sit with your team.
Yeah, I'll sit next to you.
Now you get the sponsor hat on.
I'm gonna put my hat on.
Please. You don't have a mic though.
Coupling her with Tony Kanaan was good twofold. She can help push Tony on the road and street, and there's not a better mentor on the ovals than Tony Kanaan.
Fuel strategy is crucial. Simona will be on a 2-stop plan, while Kanaan 3. As such, Tony emphasizes the importance of teamwork specific to differing strategies.
When we get to the back straightaway,
Yeah.
if I'm leading you,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you draft me as much as you can, and I'll
Yeah,
pull
then
to the
just-
inside,
yeah.
and I'll leave you the race.
Yeah, I'll do
the
the
race
same.
line.
Mm-hmm. Do the same.
So I'll let
It's
you
easier,
draft
yeah.
as late as you can, so you take that advantage and you bring it with you.
Yep.
With the strategy meeting complete, a 12:30 race start has Simona heading to pre-race ceremonies quickly, before a walk to the grid to prepare for battle.
So have some fun.
Always. I'm pretty excited to get in the race because, you know, I've never been the type of person who likes testing a lot. You know, it kind of gets a little bit boring and things like that. So I like to race past people and be fighting out there, and that's what I really look forward to.
25 IZOD INDYCAR Series machines onto the Samba-Drome concrete.
Green, green, green.
The green flag is out, and we are racing in Sao Paulo, Brazil for the 4th time.
The first stint we were saving a lot of fuel because, you know, we were trying to make it a 2-stop. So it was kind of holding position, but kind of got the opportunity a little bit in the beginning of the race, dicing around with Justin a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. And I think we passed also Bourdais.
Wow, massive fire. Massive fire on Will Power's car.
Oil fire out the right-hand side of the engine bay.
Full course yellow, yellow, yellow. Set up.
Stay out.
Stay out. Race to the blend, race to the blend. So we're P8, 19 laps complete. We're going to follow the leaders and pit when the pits are open. Open box here. There you go. Hit your marks, hit your marks.
So through the first third of the race, Simona is doing well to hold station. After a swift pit stop, she rejoins the field in 17th, behind those who had stopped earlier and stayed out. With a strong car and plenty of laps remaining, Simona is set to claw her way back up to the front. INDYCAR 36 has been brought to you by SOS Global Express, the official logistics partner of the IZOD INDYCAR Series. During the third caution period for contact immediately following the restart for Will Power's fire, Simona finds herself in 17th position. This yellow presents a tempting opportunity for those toward the rear on a 2-stop strategy. An additional stop now would negate the need to save fuel, thus allowing full attack mode throughout the race. Andretti Autosport drivers James Hinchcliffe and Marco Andretti seize the moment.
I saw Hinch kind of pull away into the pits, and you know, I realized that I think that was the right move to do.
That could have been a time to do it, huh?
It makes it so much harder when you're trying to save fuel. So if you would have had that splash of fuel, you know, we could have run hard, past a few cars, and then how the yellow even fell after that, you know, it really helped those guys.
Green, 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 green flag.
Following the restart, Simona drops as low as 19th, but then begins a steady fight back up the order to 6th. No small feat, considering fuel management is again front of mind.
We try to stretch as much as we can on the second stint so we can go race full tilt on that last sector of the race.
Pit
this lap, pit this pit. Save fuel or just go?
Yeah, she needs to save fuel.
Crazy fuel?
She saw the light. She's going to be all right.
Okay.
It's very close to make it in here.
Tony's in trouble. They ran Tony out of fuel.
Oh. We'll make it. We'll make it.
Open box, open box. Hit your marks. We're good. Hit your marks.
A full load of fuel and new Firestone Reds are just the tools Simona needs to battle to the front. The quest begins from 14th. but the race's 7th and final caution appears just 1 lap later.
Oh, Jakes.
Outside. Oh. Left front, Dan. Left front.
What? I'm not seeing tire pressure.
Yeah, we hit that? Yeah, we hit it.
It was Jake's wing who was lying around, and I drove right over it. And, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I hope we don't get a puncture from it. And the tire held on, so that was a really good thing.
Tire pressures look fine.
Pressures look okay. The pressures look okay.
Okay.
Looking for the green flag to wave, and there it is.
Green, 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 green flag.
We can all last now.
That last stint was actually, I think, the funnest part of the whole race because we didn't have to save fuel. We could go run really hard, and that was pretty exciting because we passed a lot of cars.
From 12th on the final restart, Simona fights to regain her starting position, taking 10th from Charlie Kimball, 9th from Ryan Hunter-Ray, and finally, 8th from Simon Pagino.
P8, good job.
Thanks, guys. Good job.
I wish we could have had the whole race like that, you know, because as a racer, that's what you want to do. You want to be racing.
And speaking of racing, a truly epic battle ensued up front for the win.
On the final corner, on the final lap, James Hinchcliffe is a winner again.
Saving fuel sucks. I wanted to run like hard all race because it was so much fun.
Yeah. Well,
to me, we should have come in and then run hard because then you would have had so many more yellows.
The problem is where we were, it was really hard to do, but you can definitely make that argument, and I'm going to look at it.
That was a lot of fun. You went past a lot of cars, and I think a three-stopper would have been, I think, better. But you know, that's the strategy we picked, and you just have to go with the flow. You know, when you're starting up front like this, it's always a little bit harder to kind of get off the strategy.
So invaluable experience gained for the team, and for Simona Di Silvestro, a unique and skilled racer, resolved to be judged on her ability alone, and determined to reach the top.